Go.
Good morning, students of the Luther course class, the history of the Reformation and the theology of the Reformation. This is a long course, but we will shorten it in 2 weeks because of the coronavirus. It means that you will have a lot of things to study. We will divide the course into four parts. Basically, the history before the Reformation. What happened in the Christian church before the Reformation? There were things that happened, including the crusade, and in the crusade, the beginning of indulgence was pronounced by a certain pope. In order to get the full history of the Reformation, we need to know why indulgence came into the church and who brought it into the church and how it was expanded. We also will study about the state of the church during the 15th and 16th century. We would like to know in that period the time, the birth, and the education of Martin Luther. What changed his course of direction in life? Basically, we will also want to know about the causes of the 95 theses that Martin Luther wrote. So the history of the Reformation cannot be taken away from the theology of the Reformation. How Martin Luther thought of the church, what it was. And then we will also study of the response of the Pope who was reigning at the time. The response of the Pope to the writing of the 95 Theses and other documents that follow. We will learn about it, why it happened the way it happened. We will learn about the intention, the rationale behind Martin Luther putting up the 95 Theses. We will also learn the reaction of the Pope and his advisors. We will also learn about the enemies of Martin Luther. We may call them opponents who didn't like what he wrote. But we will not stop there. We will also learn on the other side that there were friends and supporters of Martin Luther in what he did and what happened. We will learn about those people. We will also learn about the theology of Martin Luther, why the princes in the German land who supported his cause accepted the teaching of the church, not the teaching of the old church, the Roman Catholic Church, and the events that led to the establishment of the evangelical church. Luther never meant to have a church named after him. It was evangelical. Martin Luther said the church should be evangelical, the proclamation of the gospel. The law and the gospel. We will also learn about that which are part of the basic learning and teaching of Martin Luther. If you will not get anything further from this course, there will be 3 articles that we will discuss. The articles are which the church stand or falls. And those articles are grace alone, scripture alone, and faith alone. If any Lutheran preacher does not emphasize those three elements, those three articles, and simply say, you must do this in order to be saved, then that Lutheran pastor or evangelist or deacon is going contrary to the teaching of Martin Luther that had lasted over 500 years. These are the way we will approach the course, and you will get documents since you will be required to study those documents, so to prepare yourself for every time we meet online. So we wish you well, and we urge you to take everything that will be necessary. We will begin by asking you, even though you are Lutheran, you've been in the Lutheran church for a long time, maybe you went to catechism classes, confirmation classes, you baptized, you confirmed, and you went to seminary, or some of you went to the lay training center, but we want to urge you to take seriously the study so that you can understand the foundation, the biblical foundation of our church, and you will be well informed, and you will be the leaders in your church, in your congregation. When people come to you with their question of faith and life, you will be able to tell them from the Lutheran perspective what salvation is, what faith is, what the gospel is, and what grace is. This is what we would expect you to learn from this history of the Reformation and the theology of the Reformation. Thank you.